Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. This is Brian Stott. A little bit of my background, I actually went to Bloomsburg University in central Pennsylvania. I got an exercise science bachelor's degree. Some people would call that kinesiology. It's really the study of how the body moves and operates, like anatomy and physiology, biomechanics, and then also with a small focus on like nutrition and sports nutrition. What I want to do for you guys today is I want to show you a product demonstration, do a little bit less talking, really let the demos speak as much as I can of our heart health omega-3 fish oils with vitamin E, and a similar product, but just something that you find like in the grocery store typically at like a Walmart or a CVS. This one's just going to be Nature's Bounty. No particular issue with the brand, just there's different brands, different qualities, different brands have different qualities within the brand. So really what I want to do is just take a look at two specific products to really just show you not every product is created equal, right? And there are reasons why we might look at one versus another, which is not just focused off how pretty one looks or what the price is, all right? Because I know a lot of times we do that. So what I want to do for you right now is I want to show you these actual two bottles, talk about the bottles, talk about the soft gels inside that contain the fish oil. But before I do that, I want to talk about fish oil. So for yourself, think to yourself, what have you heard fish oil is good for? Well, a lot of people know that it's really good for cardiovascular health, right? When we look at aging, right, our arteries tend to harden, right? They're not as elastic, right? There's less vasodilation capabilities for that. We start to see plaque forming, maybe from certain food choices, from genetic predisposition, from things like smoking and pollution. There's a lot of different things that are going to cause heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and sometimes it's preventable, sometimes it's just genetic. We're predisposed to that. But what I really want to focus on here is a nutraceutical approach, or really a preventative approach, rather than focusing on taking drugs after you have an issue that have a lot of these side effects and are very, very costly. Let's focus on something that's a little bit more cost affordable, that's going to help prevent potentially some of these issues. And really, I believe in this saying that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So let's get into this. What's fish oil good for in addition to cardiovascular health? Well, first, starting with cardiovascular health, when we look at vasodilation, which it will help with, all right, if we have an artery here and there's plaque buildup along that, right, it's a harder artery, this is going to help vasodilate, really expand that artery to allow more blood to pass through. A lot of times we're getting a heart attack because the heart is not getting enough blood, and sometimes that can be due to like a blockage. With fish oil, it's also really good, not just for the vasodilation and helping remove plaque within the arteries as well. It's also very good for your eye health, your brain health, for your skin. There's so many different things for your joints. If you have aches and pains, you need more lubrication, it will help with that also. So let's take a look at the bottles here. If we look at the products right off the bat, for myself, I like the color green. I like shiny things. So I'm going to draw towards this one. I'm going to think this one looks like something my doctor is going to probably give me. So maybe that would be, an inclination to that. But if this one's cheaper, it's flashier, it's shinier, it's got, different, red lettering of, 10 more, may reduce the risk of coronary artery disease or anything like that, I'm probably going to go for this one because there's a lot more marketing flash. But when we look at the actual bottle, right, the bottle's a little bit see-through. Not all of them are, but this one in particular is. If this bottle's see-through and you're not storing it properly, the light going through is going to penetrate that, and it's going to potentially make the fish oil rancid, which I don't know about you, but I don't want to be taking rancid fish oil. I want to actually get a quality, non-rancid fish oil that's going to give me the benefits I'm looking for. So looking at this here, we can take a look at the back and we can take a look at the different things that are included in here. What I want to really look at is, if you look at the serving size here, one soft gel for the fish oil is going to equal 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, you'll see here. And it does not show you, it just shows asterisks here for the EPA and DHA amounts and figuring out a ratio. The reason why I've been told that is important is because I believe that the EPA to DHA ratio is something that's going to show you that this is going to be doing what it needs to do within the body to really be getting the benefits you're looking for. When we look at the heart health fish oil, it's in a non-clear container where any sunlight that hits this is not going to really cause any issues for that. We also do have vitamin E also in the fish oil, which is a natural preservative to help keep that fresh. We look at the serving size. 2 soft gels equals 3,000 milligrams of fish oil. So each one soft gel of the heart health has 1,500 or 150% of what the Nature's Bounty has. If we look at the ratio of the EPA to DHA, you can see the 900, the 600, right? That is going to be an appropriate ratio to really make sure that it's going to be doing what we need it to do within the body for those benefits, right? A 2 to 3 ratio. So now let's look at the actual soft gel capsules and see if there's any differences there. So I'll put one here. I'm going to put 2 here for the demonstration for the Nature's Bounty. Now, when we look at the soft gels, all right, we can see the one in my hand over here is the Heart Health. The one over here is the Nature's Bounty. They look pretty darn similar. The only difference really I'm seeing is the size. So when they say that, you know, there's 10% more, 100% more, 50% more in here, that's great. But let's think about if I'm going to have a bottle of 60 of these and a bottle of 60 of these, I'm going to go through this one a lot faster than this one because each soft gel is worth more in this one than it is in the Nature's Bounty. All right, so that's something to consider when you're taking a look and you're choosing an appropriate fish oil. So now let's go into the demonstration. So if you know anything about oil, if you've ever cooked anything before, which I'm assuming most of us have, when you mix oil with water, what typically happens? It does not mix, right? It actually floats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over 2 glasses, put them right here at the table. All right, you can see one's full of water. It's actually hot water. Warm water works just as well, but this is going to work much, much quicker, which I want to do for the purpose of the video to be as quick as possible. So let me right now, I'm going to put about half of this hot water into the other glass, and we're going to get started. I'm going to try not to make too much of a mess, even though it tends to happen. All right, not too bad. A little bit more. That's pretty even. All right, cool. So now that I didn't make too much of a mess, let's get this out of the way so we can see the glasses a little bit more clearly. So right, if these are not going to mix, what's going to happen when I drop these fish oils in? If I drop this fish oil in, what should happen is it should float to the top, right? Unless there's something in here that's weighing it down. I've heard people have been concerned about heavy metals and toxins and pollutions and different things like that that are found in some seafood. So I'm not saying that's in here. I don't know. What I can say is there's something in here that's going to be heavier than what's in this fish oil capsule that has more fish oil that's going to be weighing it down. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to drop this in here and I'm going to mix it up real quick. All right, sometimes the hot water pops it open, but you can see it's just spinning around at the bottom. It's really not doing anything. It's not floating, which I found was interesting and peculiar. I'm a skeptical person. That's why I had the water in 1 cup and dispersed it so that you didn't think that I had these 2 cups and there was something different in one versus the other. I know I thought that at first. So I wanted to make sure that it's an even playing field here. You understand I'm not trying to do any magic tricks. We're going to drop the Heart Health right in here. We're going to stir that up real quick. And I don't even have to stir it up. It's already starting to rise. So it makes my job easier for that. Now, again, why is this one floating? Why is this one not floating? My assumption, I'm a skeptical person, but I'm not going to sit here claiming that there's toxins and heavy metals in another product. I don't know that. I have no evidence of that. What I can say is maybe this one, the capsule's a little bit thicker, it's heavier, right? There's not as much fish oil. So maybe this one is raising up because of that. Maybe this one's diluted with water. Maybe there's not as much fish oil as there should be, or it's not as pure of a fish oil that it's not raising. Maybe it's diluted with that water, which is weighing it down a little bit more. These are just a couple of my assumptions. You can make your own assumptions from that. But now what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you the real demo, which is not the float test, but it's actually going to be breaking these open. I'm going to put another one in here. So we're going to compare in this demo 1,500 milligrams of Heart Health fish oils here with 2,000 milligrams of fish oil here from Nature's Bounty. So now I'm going to grab a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut these open. All right, this one's a little bit tricky because it's floating. Boom. All right, so we just cut that one open. The fish oil is at the top. You're going to see the capsule starting to lower to the bottom. Make sure it's all out there. Boom, there we go. I'm going to wipe the scissors clean. We're going to switch over here. We're going to cut open the 2 capsules in the Nature's Bounty. We're going to watch that fish oil rise to the top. All right, so there we go. The capsules are very much open. There's a lot of fish oil at the top, which is great. Doesn't smell too great, but that's fish oil. If you're getting fish burps, it's probably a digestive issue. It's not really an issue with the fish oil because you want to be having actual fish oil in there to be getting the benefit of what you're paying for. So now the real benefit, or the real demo, I should say, is going to be this here. I'm going to take these 2 pieces of styrofoam. We can see this one on my left here is a little bit bigger than this one. I'm going to put the bigger one in the Heart Health, and I'm going to put the smaller one in the Nature's Bounty to really give it a fighting chance. I'm going to dunk these a little bit so that they're getting coated in the fish oil. And then we're going to let it sit and watch and see what happens over the next couple minutes with the styrofoam. So really what should happen with a quality fish oil is that there's 2 different kinds of fish oil, essentially, or fats that are going to be found with the fish oil. There's going to be the ethyl ester and the triglyceride form. So if I could talk, triglyceride forms are not going to dissolve styrofoam, right? The styrofoam is going to be dissolved by an ethyl ester form, which is the form that's used in clinical research, right? In the clinical studies that shows certain benefits. So I don't know about you, but if I'm taking a product, I want the exact form and the quantities and the ratios that's in the clinical studies that show that this has a potential health benefit. I don't want to pay for something that's a different form than what has actually been tested. So that's what we're going to notice here, what I've noticed between these two. We can already see that it's starting to break down, but I'll give it another couple seconds or a minute. The plaque within the body has a similar chemical compound to the styrofoam. And if we've ever heard like deserves like, that's where the fish oil should actually vasodilate the vessels, right? If there's plaque built up here in an artery or a vessel or something like that, the dilation is going to allow there to be gaps and spaces where the fish oil can get in there. It can help dissolve some of that plaque, remove it out of the body so that it can have reduced risk of coronary artery disease or anything along those lines. And aside from that, because I have heard that, it's possible that it could also help preventing the buildup of future plaque. So that's something that, I don't know about you, but if I have plaque in my arteries, I want it out. And if I have the option to maybe not get it out, but just not get any more added on, I'm going to choose that. So that's really what we're looking at here. I'm going to bring the camera in for like a quick zoom to show you what we're looking at over here. So if we look now, you can see they're pretty much dissolved over here with the heart health, with 1,500 milligrams of fish oil of the ethyl ester form. Over here, triglyceride form, 2,000 milligrams. We're not seeing any dissolve from that. So really, you can make your own assumptions from this. I would highly encourage you to, get more information, listen to the person who shared this video with you, right? Reach out to myself. I'll be happy to answer some questions for you, get those questions answered, and really make the right choice to try out one of these products to see how it works for you, see how you like it. And then all our products are sharing the same quality. So if you're looking for something health and nutrition wise, ask myself, ask the person that shared the video for you. We'd love to get you more information. We really believe in education and information and allowing people to become educated enough to make their own decisions for themselves and for their health. So thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Brian Stott. Like the video, share the video. We're hoping to help you soon. Talk to you later.